Today's show is sponsored by Deters Law. Thank you, Deters Law. Trump, 2024. He says that health is always an issue. And of course, some people grab upon that like, oh, maybe there's going to be something wrong. But I can tell you right now, Trump looks better than ever. I noticed, in fact, if you look at the photograph of me and Trump at Mar-a-Lago, which we have up here, Trump looks fresh. I think Trump looks better than he was when he was president. Of course, you have more stress when you're president. But he did say that health is, in fact, I think health's the only thing that stops him from running. He also mentioned that Pence, DeSantis, and others would not challenge him if he runs, and I believe that as well. They know that they would lose. The New York Attorney General, I want to just point this out. This woman is got a personal vendetta against Trump that is just absolutely incredible, which means she loses all credibility. The things that she just keeps trying to do is just merciless, but that's part of what Trump has to endure. 150 of Hunter Biden's bank transactions were flagged by the United States as being a possible problem. Not one, not two, not three, 150. I mean, how many of your bank transactions get flagged? I don't think I've ever had one flagged. 150? It's truly, truly remarkable to me. So, ladies and gentlemen, the American Jury and Bulldog Nation, let's see where it all goes. I do have a theory. I think the mainstream media is taking a mea culpa and now covering this a little bit because they now know they used Biden to grab the office. They used him. They know he's full-blown dementia. They know he's a train wreck. They know he can never get reelected. So now it's time to start discarding him. They'll take him out. They use him up, spit him out. Judge Jackson was confirmed, and I'm blown away by this. That it's all because, oh, this is so historical. She is the first black woman that has been nominated to the United States Supreme Court. She won't take office, by the way, until October when Breyer's expected to leave. But you know what? I don't care. You know, I judge Judge Jackson. I'm not going to, in all the local news, all the national news that just want to just, oh, this is historical. We now have a Supreme Court justice who was unwilling to define what a woman is and actually claimed you needed to be a biologist. And number two, would not acknowledge natural rights of men and women given by God. What is she going to do when she has something complex? She is the lightest of weights as a Supreme Court judge ever. Ever. Her background, her experience, she is a complete legal lightweight. Now sits on that Supreme Court because she's black. Pelosi and COVID. You know, Nancy Pelosi's probably been vaxxed 56 times. And she gets COVID still. And then she spreads it to everybody else. Oh my God. And by the way, when they announce it, why do these people announce they got COVID? When you get COVID, do you, maybe, I admit, some people on social media always announce it. Do you announce, why should you announce when you get diagnosed with commonalities? I mean, it's ridiculous. Positive, I got COVID. Like, well, we really care. I don't care, Hillary, that you got COVID. I don't care, Pelosi, you got COVID. It's ridiculous. Big media and big tech are lobbying Washington hard. You can't make this up, to protect Facebook tech from competition. Can you imagine the money they pour in to Washington, D.C.? They make it a swamp. L.A. County, meaning LAX, is banning all travel to Texas and Florida. What? In the United States of America. All travelers, please take note. You are no longer allowed to travel from this airport to Texas or Florida. A UN vote on Russia to kick them off the Human Rights Council Syria and China voted against it. It's all meaningless. Barack Obama is now trying to claim he was tough on Russia. Remember, he's the one that mocked Mitt Romney, one of the few things Romney got right, about Russia being a threat. Take back my 1980s politics. I mean, Barack Obama, he's shameless. Remember what I used to call him? Brother Cool. Lost boy in the high weeds. EPA is claiming like uranium is in all our water and it's killing us. Now, I want you to know that on one hand, I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God, that just worries me. On the other hand, I'm thinking to myself, it's the EPA telling us that. So what's on their agenda? So I'm a little cautious about that. A Chicago church has been encouraging during Lent for their flock to fast from whiteness. If you're white, how do you fast from whiteness? I mean, how do you do that? Josh, how do you fast from whiteness? I don't know. Jamie, you're white too. We're all white. How do we fast from our whiteness? I don't know. That's what they're saying. This is the last week of the, no, I guess next week will be the last week of the Fish Fry, Good Friday. Consumer debt is growing. What happens when consumers have high inflation to deal with? They borrow more money, rack up the credit cards to help them deal with it. The United Kingdom, I feel like a prophet. I've been calling for this for 20 years. The United Kingdom is going to build 8 nuclear power plants to help them become energy independent. I talked to somebody who knows about nuclear power down in Mar-a-Lago, and they said every city wouldn't need one. We wouldn't need that many of them. But you know what I'm advocating? I'm advocating we ought to have enough nuclear power plants to run our electric grids, you know, support our energy from our cities across this country. Why? It's clean. And you know how many people, how many nuclear power plants in the United States have melted down and destroyed the world? None. None. Clean energy. Tiger Woods is only 4 strokes off the lead after round 1 in the Masters. Do you remember Francis Marion? He was called the Swamp Fox. He was based in South Carolina. The movie The Patriot that Mel Gibson played this character was loosely based upon the Swamp Fox. He hid out in the swamps and he attacked the British whenever he could. He was called the Swamp Fox. Well, guess what? Washington, D.C. has their own version of the Swamp Fox. That fox that bit that congressman now has rabies. That's what happens when you have a fox in Washington. They become a swamp fox. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. I say, never mind. I was going to say put the Congress out of their misery, not the fox. Too late. The fox is gone. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.